Hi, I'm Jesse Regent and I teach Math 7 and Algebra.
I'm Aaron Jorgensen and I teach 8th grade math.
I'm Ryan Chin. I teach 6th grade math and science.
I'm Robert McCarthy and I teach 6th grade math.
I'm Maria Sanchez and I teach 7th grade math.
So one of my goals for the year is to really work on this deeper instruction. Something I've been able to do the last few years is incorporate the formative assessment lessons. And those have been really great for me as far as examining how I'm teaching. And my goal is to do one of those every 5 to 6 weeks and have that permeate into my daily lessons that I'm doing in between.
I would like to see at some point kids being able to facilitate the conversation. So like if we're doing a problem, I mean I can facilitate the conversation, but kids lead the conversation amongst their peers. So that I'm just sitting back and maybe every once in a while if kids aren't asking the questions, I can throw in a question or two, but they're showing each other.
And I'm trying to think how my instruction will be changing in this first year of the Common Core. And there's a couple things that are standing out for me. One is, I think with so many fewer standards, I'll be able to spend more time and go into more depth with the ones that I will be teaching. That means more activities, more formative assessment lessons, I'm hoping. I've already done one in each of my classes. More investigations, that kind of thing. So I'm excited about that.
Two of my biggest goals for the year are just to celebrate process for the whole year. So, and that's going to be a daily goal for me and for my students, since they've been so kind of, I guess, not doing that for so long. We're getting them here at 6th grade, and we get a lot of students coming to us who are saying, I hate math, I'm horrible at it. And I've usually done a good job of having students like math again, but I want them to really prove to themselves that they are really successful at math with their creativity and their intuition and things that are outside of the textbook.
So one goal for me is to integrate formal assessment lessons and Mars tasks on occasion. Another goal for me is to flip my classroom. I want students to get the lecture part of math and the how-tos of some of the computation parts of math at home, so that when we get together as a group, kids can work on problem solving and I can work as a coach and a mentor rather than a lecturer.
Another goal that I have is really working, as we have this chance to shift the classroom and really instilling in our kids that this is a big change in what math is like, is getting a chance to really hook some of those kids who haven't liked math in the past and really get them to look at it as, hey, I have a chance to succeed. And it's about, if I can switch my thinking, that I'm going to do better. And if I could do that for one kid in each of my class, and I'm especially thinking of my kids who have historically been underrepresented in the math classroom, and really working on this, looking at this as an equity thing, because already, just from what we've heard in some of the other states, it's going to be harder for our kids of color and the transition. And so that's something that I really am thinking about as we are transitioning and making sure that this is looked at as a positive thing, it's a positive change, and that you being the kids can really make a change in your math, your thinking this year, and how you approach your math class.
Another change that I think will be happening is we're thinking about the mindset coaching, and I've already sort of prohibited kids in my classroom saying I don't know, or I don't know how to do anything, but just by making sure that they insert the word yet. So they can't say I don't know, they have to say I don't know this yet. I don't know how to change fractions to decimals. I don't know how to do that yet. And it's a small difference and it's a subtle distinction, but I think it's an important one. So I'm hoping that sort of gets digested by the kids.
And the other goal I think would be that the kids would at least, for this year, would at least understand what it means, what those 8 mathematical practices mean, along with myself, because I want them to be able to internalize in some way, like how to make sense of a problem, persevere in solving it, and all these other mathematical practices, so that they can say that they heard them, they're familiar with them, although they still need to practice them, they're at least familiar with them. And that's like the first step for everyone, I think, because I struggle with understanding the mathematical practices, but hopefully by the end of it all, we all understand it a little bit better and what it looks like in the classroom.
My second goal is to just have more rich and challenging and open-ended tasks.
So when students are deciding what to do, we're asking them to make some decisions. How do they approach a problem? What operations need to be done to solve the problem? How to communicate what it is that they're doing? How to present the information that they're doing? And those are tasks that oftentimes kids didn't have to do much of before. And so now, by having kids work in groups, having kids present to the class, they're doing much more than a simple explanation of what they're doing. They're actually having to make some decisions, and more mathematical decisions, more in framing how they're looking at a problem.
So thinking about mindset, I was thinking about how students are still sort of scared to make mistakes, and I feel like, I had them write a letter to me about their math experiences, and a lot of kids said that they aren't good at math. And so there's still that mindset that either you're good at math or you're bad at math. But I think that it's kind of hard to shake. I think that sometimes, even myself, I still sometimes think that about myself. And so for me, I'm sort of trying to process that within me, because whatever I show is what kids get. So if I get out of that, either I'm good at math or bad at math mindset, then I think that it'll help shake the feeling of kids either being good or bad at math.
I really see more and more going away from that sage on the stage to the guide on the side, in which and I'm honest with the kids, I tell them, I don't have all of the information. You have information in each other. Use your resources around you, and we talk about what resources are out there, and really making them, really getting them to take on their learning and really take advantage of everything around them, so that they feel responsible for what they are learning.
We are asking for more cognitive demand from our students. The last 10 years, we spent a lot of time on memorization and procedures without really understanding how it fits. And now we're asking kids for explanation and communication and connections to other things. It's requiring a lot more of students to think about what they're doing and how it fits into the bigger picture, rather than just churning out an answer.
So all the stuff that we're all kind of driving for to accomplish it, I think we really do need this group, and I'm hoping all these guys here and women can help us keep us to the task and make sure it happens, because a lot of professional development that you have during the year usually goes away in a week or two, and without this group here, I think we would probably fall back more on our old ways of teaching.
And it's a lot different now. And so it's reframing for us and reframing for students what math is and what success looks like.
This whole mindset, Joe Bowler approach, open-minded, open processing, is going to take a team to actually see us through to the end.
And one thing I really like that Mr. Rajan talked about a little earlier was getting some activities that promote that deeper thinking that Mr. Chen was just talking about, and really getting kids to understand what they're doing, to get some metacognition going, which they are really examining why something works, and it's not just I can spit out this answer because I knew that this question fits this type of algorithm, and I'm going to get it right, and I'll be able to get a passing score on the district exam. But being able to really understand that and share with other people in writing or in talking, And that's a big shifts for kids, and it's exciting, but at the same time, it's a big shift in our instruction and a big shift for the kids.
Kind of like Maria, we're trying to get, or at least I'm trying to get my classroom to be to have more of a mistake-friendly environment. So, and that has a lot to do with changing my own mindset and their mindset. Just more process-driven work and allowing more open-ended math problems in the classroom has really helped that out a lot. Everyone's not just fighting for one answer, but trying to learn everyone else's methods for getting to multiple different answers. So I think more people's intelligences are being addressed.
I think that we appreciate more the process and not the answer getting. I think that maybe in years past, at least in my experience as a student and my experience as a teacher, we were really focused on the answers, and now we're appreciating the process along the way as well.
This body of people, these colleagues of mine, are going to help all of us get better, keep our nose to the grindstone, keep our eyes on the prize.